So Tara from Fit Baby Steps here, and I wanted to answer a question that I've been getting a ton lately from people asking me what kind of my daily schedule is like as a Beachbody coach, but not only that, but just as a person. What's my daily schedule like? What do I do as a work-at-home mom? How do I balance all the crazy commitments that we have? So I thought I'd walk you through it. So I wanted to tell you right up front, this is an ideal day. So I have kind of in my head how I want every day to go. However, with that being said, life totally comes up. So I use this as like a guidepost for my day, but as things go crazy, maybe a kid gets sick, or like today we're on winter break, so that's going to change things a little bit, but this is at least the structure that I like to kind of go by. So I start off at 6 a.m. ideally is I want to wake up and I like to read my scriptures, have a little bit of quiet time to understand what my focus is for the day. Sorry, I've got a cough. And then I just kind of do that for a little bit, pray, and then I think about my day. So I've got like a to-do list here. And this is an opportunity for me to kind of plan out what my day looks like. Now, I got to say, I have a document that I sit down with on Sundays, and I map out what my week is going to look like roughly right here. So I might put in any appointments I have. But this is the chance for me to really like write those things in and be a little strategic about how I want to make sure that I get what I want to get done in a day. Because I find that for me, a day can fly by so fast, and I ought to be intentional about where I'm putting my time. Okay, so I just map that out. Also on my to-do list are priorities. So I might establish some really high priorities. You know, got to pay this bill today, got to do this today, got to get my kid to this, whatever. And a to-do list. And I also, each day is different. I designed this for myself and for my team, but each day I have a different thing to reflect on. So for today, actually this is tomorrow, but I reflect on what's my why? Like what is driving me right now for the goals that I have and what I'm doing. I also will look up I have a bulletin board over here, and I will look at what my goals are for the month and for the year, and it's written there, and it's a nice just reminder to look at that and kind of regain focus for the day. So ideally, that's what I do. Then family's getting up. My kids have that like okay to wake alarm clock. You can get it at Target. Why I like it is it doesn't sound off with an alarm at a certain time. Instead, it just changes color on the light. So if my son's waiting to wake up, when it turns green, he can come out, which is at 7. If it's an alarm, I don't want to wake him up. If 7 hits and his body's just not ready yet, I want him to be able to, wake up on his own. Trust me, that's never happened. So they come out and they like to watch one show in the morning, and I will make them breakfast. And we are so simple in our house. I wish I could say that we're such fancy breakfast people. We're not. I throw together a Shakeology for me and a Shakeology for Andy, just because our days totally depend on whether or not we've had Shakeology. But for our kids, we're a little different. My daughter's simple. She always wants toast and maybe a banana. And my son just could live off of cereal and sometimes yogurt. So I just throw it together, and then I whip up their lunches really fast. The lunch making is my least favorite part of the day. I would rather clean a toilet than make a lunch. I hate it, but I do it. So I make the lunches, and then it's time for us I make sure I'm ready and put together. I'm really simple. I don't put a ton of makeup on. I like the Garnier CC cream and a little bit of like liquid eyeliner, and that's pretty much it. And then we are, running out the door to school. I make sure the kids brush their teeth. That's a struggle for them. And then we go to one kid's school and another kid's school, depending on how late we are. We usually get to school on time, but I drop them off and then I come back home and I work. And then I just have like a to-do list that our team uses, and it's very simple. And I just kind of start at the top and work down. But some of the things I do, in case you're curious, I check with my challengers, make sure that everyone's doing okay, make sure I'm adding value to them. I plan out what I want to put on social media for the day. It is always my goal that people see my social media pages as just a place of happiness and inspiration. I think that Facebook is filled so much with negativity and complaining, and I just don't want people to see that. I want to be maybe something that could encourage them and help them feel motivated. So I'm strategic about my posts for the day and try to think about ways I could add value to people. I do that both on my personal page and my business page and my Instagram account. So I want to take some time to think about that in the morning. Then is my time to, you know, invite people who I think might be great matches for an upcoming group or coaching. I'll follow up with people who are interested. I have a chance to just have fun and message my friends and see how they're going. And I love that that's justified as like work, even though I don't expect anything out of my friends. It's still so fun to interact with people. And then I'll add new people to my contact list, send out friend requests to get to know some new people, or sometimes people send me friend requests, and it's just a great opportunity to connect. So that's fun. And then let's see, I respond to my emails, and I respond my business emails, and I respond to my Facebook messages. So I go with the oldest one sent, and I just go back up all the way up to the newest one sent. If I do it the other way, I find that the people who are online are like responding, you know, back and forth, and it takes a lot longer. So I start from the bottom. Plus I want to, those people have been waiting for me at the bottom. So I start at the bottom, move up. Let's see what else. I check my Facebook page and, you know, respond to people's comments and things like that. I also look at my Facebook newsfeed for only 5 minutes. Can you believe it? Just 5 minutes, and then I'm out. And I, you know, like posts that inspire me, comments, just kind of, you know, it's a chance for me to see what's going on with my friends. Then I check into the online office, which is my, you know, company's online office, where I can check and see how my business is doing, any orders that went through where I need to help make sure that person's set up for success, any, you know, new free customers I've been given, I want to touch base with them, things like that. Then let's see, I check into my team, which is an amazing group of people. We're like a family together, and we add value to one another. And so I like to find something to encourage them or inspire them or give advice. It's just a really great group of people. So I love that part of my day too. Then I spend 15 minutes on either coach training or writing a blog post of some sorts, something like that. And then that's it. And usually by then it's time for me to go pick up my son. So I'll go pick him up. I'll get lunch at home. I usually make myself tuna with celery and carrots and balsamic vinegar, and he usually likes cereal. Okay. And then I like to listen to personal development, and he likes to watch one show. So that's our little deal. So I'll listen to something that inspires me, motivates me, and I sit at my desk and just take notes while he's doing that. And then he and I go into his room and read a story together. He's learning to read, so he's almost 5. So we've been doing the Bob books. We taught both of our kids to read, and they're both great readers with the Bob books, right? Yep, you love the Bob books. Then he goes to sleep. And even if he doesn't sleep, it's mandatory quiet time. And so during that time, I might, you know, take a breather, relax for a little bit, read. Sometimes if usually there's a business project I'm excited to work on. So I like to use that time to work on a business project. And then it's time to get this peanut. Yep. So we go and get this peanut. Usually I like to walk if the weather's permitting, and we'll go get her and we'll go home. And she likes quiet time after school. So she will usually, she'll usually watch a show, just kind of wind down a little bit. And during that time, I might get a workout in. I'll do drink a pre-workout drink. And then when that kicks in, I mentioned a workout by that point, and I'll get a workout in. And then when that's done, I might sit around for a couple minutes and drink a recovery drink, just to get the protein to my body. And then it's homework time. So we work on homework, right? Yep.
I lost a tooth, and these tooth just got in, and I lost that tooth, and this tooth, and these teeth.
She lost 7 teeth in 3 months. It was crazy. Less than 3 months. Okay, so anyway, so then it's homework time. Then it's kind of cleaning the house time, right? We like to get our house to where when Pops walks in the door, it's warm and welcoming. That's always our goal. So we do that a little bit. Yup, clean rooms. And they like to play outside for a little while. And then at 5 o'clock, I start making dinner, and the kids are still playing outside. We usually have some music going in our house, or I will play piano. That's another thing I like to do around that time. I use this app on my phone. It's the Find My iPhone app. And anyone who's on your Apple account, you can see them. So I can see when my husband has left work, and that's when I start dinner. That way, when he walks in the door, there's like a hot meal ready for him, because he comes home inconsistently. So I'll play piano until I see that he's left work. I feel like a stalker doing that, but it's just what keeps me from going crazy at him, because I don't know when he's coming home. So we do that. We eat together as a family every night at our table, every night. And that's a fun time together, right? Yep. Besides trying to get your brother to eat, which is frustrating. Yep. For dinner, it's usually like a grilled meat of some sort, some kind of vegetable, some kind of like starch, like wild rice or sweet potato. And then what I like to do is I make a salad at the start of the week that I add a bunch of stuff to, and I make a homemade dressing, and I could just pop that on the table. So that's one, part of the meal I never have to worry about. So we do a lot of that. And then we clean up everything as a family. Clean up dishes and everything, put PJs on, then they come out, they get a little bit of dessert, and we might read the scriptures together, just a couple of verses. Did you just roll your eyes at the scriptures? Are you for reals? So we do that, and after that, either if I'm working out with Andy, he and I will go work out while the kids kind of have some wind down time together, or I will read them a book. What are we reading right now?
Boxcar 2.
Yep, the second one. They like it. I think there are more exciting books out there. I think we should do the Magic Treehouse, but they love it. So we're reading it, right? So we read that, a chapter of that, unless we're rowdy, and then Mommy says, sorry, we're too rowdy. Let's go to bed. We'll put them to bed. And then Jack likes to have people watch him sleep, right? It's kind of weird. So Andy will usually watch him sleep most of the time, and I will go out in the living room and maybe watch a show as I finish getting in some steps, and because I like to hit 10,000 steps a day on my Fitbit. I don't know. And then it's Andy and I will chill and watch a show, usually like 1, maybe 2 episodes of a show. Then we go to bed. I like to read before bed. Fantasy fiction, teen fantasy fiction is my favorite, like Divergent and all that stuff. So I'll read a little bit until I'm just drowsy, and then I go to sleep, and then I just do everything all over again. That's kind of my life. And if I compare it to where I was, like a year and a half ago, it was like wake up at 5, squeeze in a workout, and I would commute for an hour to work, and then I would be at work for a long time, and then commute an hour home, and then it's rushing to get dinner and trying to connect with my kids, and then getting to bed, and I was exhausted. And it was like such a day where I felt like I was being led to do things. And I just feel like now, yes, this is the structure of my day that I like to follow. But because of coaching and the opportunity it's given me, and also because of my husband and how hard he works at his job, we really have a lot of freedom for our family to be able to tweak things and change things. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps give you a little bit of a picture of what my life is like. I mean, I don't know that it's interesting to anybody, but I've had a lot of people ask, so I figure it's worth sharing. So I hope that helps. And if you have any tips, the hardest time for me is when the kids get home from school. It's filling that time for me, not necessarily with them. They could do, they love stuff, but finding time with them that I can do and things like that. So if you have any tips, let me know, because we like to be at home, things at home. All right, I better go. Bye, you guys. Can you say bye to everyone?
Bye, everyone. I have a wiggly tail.
Bye.